GST Council has announced a pre-poll bonanza of sorts for home buyers. After much consideration, the GST Council has cut GST rates on under-construction flats and particularly on affordable housing. GST on under-construction houses has now been reduced to 5%, while for affordable housing, the new GST rate will be 1%. The changes in GST rates come into effect from the 1st of April.
नॉर्मल हाउसिंग में बिना आईटीसी के, विदाउट आईटीसी, द जीएसटी पेबल फॉर फ्लैट्स अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन विल बी 5%. ये जो रिकमेंडेशन थी जीओएम की, हम लोगों ने एक्सेप्ट कर ली. सो अब हाउसिंग के ऊपर दो रेट रहेंगे, दोनों बिना आईटीसी के रहेंगे. नॉर्मल हाउसिंग 5% or affordable housing 1%. This will come into effect from the 1st of April 2019. So 60 meters carpet area in metros and 90 meters outside the metros. So which approximately translates into a 2-bedroom house in a metro and a 3-bedroom possibly outside, depending on the size. Or 45 lakhs is the agreed.
Well, a couple of challenges were facing the real estate sector overall, which is why the GST Council meet was decided to be held, given the fact that number one, developers were facing a lot of margin stress, facing a lot of problem actually getting funding for new developments, and number two, the amount of inventory as far as real estate was concerned, especially in metro areas, was something that was really high, and the government wanted to ease the burden as far as builders were concerned. The other thing, of course, you need to one of the key factors was the government actually wanted to make affordable housing and housing in itself quite affordable as far as the entire middle class was concerned. So on the back of that, the GST Council came up with two important proposals. Number one, the GST rate on normal housing, not affordable housing, is now at 5%, and this is without the input tax credit. Earlier, the net effective rate that was being levied on normal housing was 12%. And more importantly, we're talking about the affordable housing impacting the public at large. Now, if you're talking about this particular, this particular segment, the GST Council rate is now at 1%, and again, this is without the input tax credit. This is, this particular rate cut is slightly better than what the street was anticipating, and definitely what was being anticipated as far as the building circle was concerned. So this is something that is expected to give a fillip as far as the affordable housing space is concerned. More developers will now be encouraged to come up with more affordable housing projects, and also given the fact that the government has taken a slew of measures over the last couple of years to actually ensure that funding for affordable housing is now at a lower rate. So you expect to see more affordable housing projects